welcome to another episode of Always Up to Date. I'm Denise and this is Yahweh, and we are co-owners of Always Bookkeeping. And today we are going to be talking about, will employees do what you won't? So I think we have a lot of business owners who think that, well, I'm the boss and I get to do this and you're going to do this.
Yeah.
And so we are going to ask a few questions about that and look a little deeper into that. Will employees do what you won't? So our quote today is from Jocko Willink. He's a retired Silver Star Navy SEAL officer and the founder of Echelon Front Consulting, and author of the book Extreme Ownership. The most fundamental and important truths at the heart of extreme ownership: there are no bad teams, only bad leaders. Again, our statistic, 50% of Canadian businesses will go out of business in the first 5 years. 23% of those businesses that failed list the inability to recruit and retain the right employees as a reason for their failure, making the inability to find the right team the third common reason for businesses failing. So we've been talking a lot about employees and how important it is to get the right team. And again, like we're going to discuss in this one, is that the business owners want employees to do certain things, but the owner is not willing to do them themselves. And I think it's really important that we look into that and show or let business owners know that they're going to have to do some stuff that they maybe don't want to. And maybe that's why they've hired an employee to do the stuff that they don't want to do. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So.
Yeah. So first question is, will it be difficult to get employees to show up on time if you don't?
Yeah, absolutely. If your employees see you coming in late every day, they're going to push the button too and come in late. I mean, if your work starts at 8 and you're not coming till 8:30, I can guarantee you your employees aren't going to get there till after 8. Yeah. They're not going to start working right at 8 because you're not going to be there anyway. So who cares, right? But I think it also not only talks about showing up on time, but getting deadlines done on time. If you're not getting your deadlines out on time, why would your employees? You're the example to them. And if you're not showing a good example about your time management, your employees aren't going to either. Yeah,
it's one of those things that you want to put a little bit of a buffer kind of for them to push a little bit on the boundaries, because like if there are people that have strong work ethics, but they're very rare.
That's right.
Unfortunately.
That's right.
So so even the people with the strong work ethics, I mean, if they see that you're gonna come in late, they're gonna be there on time, yes, but some days they will always have that in their mind saying, I mean, he's not gonna be there, so
that's right.
Maybe I can come in late for this day. Right. Yeah, while that might be okay for some people, it shouldn't be a culture that's set on your business.
That's right.
Yeah. As an owner, what should your expectation be when you take sick days?
Again, you're the example to your employees, right? So if you're going to take sick days, your employees are going to take sick days. Now, I personally am a firm believer that sometimes you are sick and you should not come to work. If you are so sick that you just can't leave your house, stay home. We get that. But there's a lot of people, again, that will, I got a little bit of a sore throat, or I just don't feel like going in today. I'm going to take a sick day. And if you're an owner that is doing that, you're going to set the tone again for your employees, and they're going to be taking sick days. Again, we're not against sick days, but use them wisely and try to push through if you can to show your employees that, you can push through a little bit of a sniffly nose, or, maybe you might not be feeling that great today, but why don't you save that for vacation time? Yeah.
Absolutely. If you don't meet the employees as planned, what will they do with deadlines?
Yeah, they're just going to think that deadlines really are not anything. Yeah, we have it maybe in writing, or, you know, we orally talked about a deadline, but if you're not meeting with your employees as planned, they're not going to take those deadlines seriously. They're not going to worry about whether or not they meet the deadlines.
Yeah, and you should always check in, because again, if you're not there to personally do the work, then you should know like what quality is being done for the service that you offer.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really important to meet with your employees. And again, it's not always the priority, especially when you have certain trust on people.
Right.
But you know, like a lot of business get affected by their employees. What's the term? Creative flair.
Criticism? No. Sorry, I don't know what you're trying to say.
No, like when employees try to do it their way because you're not there to supervise, and now they have a set of different operation manual in their hand because they've been doing it this way, and nobody tells them that we don't do it this way because there's a certain reason for it, right?
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Yeah, meeting with your employees and checking in with them is very important.
It is.
Yeah. If you are short with everyone, how will employees behave to customers?
Yeah, they're going to be short to the customers.
Yeah.
You know, if you're always yelling at your employees and getting angry at them, that's going to rub off on your employees, and they're going to be angry as well. You know, we talked in another video about them not liking their job. That's definitely a way to make employees not like their job.
Yeah.
Being short with them, and again, you're the example to your employees. So if you're angry at people, then your employees are going to think it's going to be okay to be angry at customers.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are some customers that make you angry. You just can't help it. But in general, you know, if you're not short with your employees, if you show them that good example, then they're going to show that example to your customers.
Yeah. And it's very hard for employees to take ownership in what they do. So if you're getting mad at them, they don't care what happens to the business.
Yeah,
I mean, they're already getting yelled at. So
That's right. That's right.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
If you don't communicate your passion for the mission, what will happen?
Yeah. If you aren't passionate about your mission, then your employees aren't going to be.
Yeah.
They're not going to care what happens to your business. You obviously don't care.
Yeah.
So why should they care? You know, again, they're there to get a paycheck. If you're going to pay them whether they're excited about the mission or not, and you're not excited about it, they're not going to get excited.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of business will have a mission of just to make money, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? Your employees just wants to get money out of your business.
Yeah, that's right.
In general, should you expect an employee to do what you have never done?
In general, I would say no. There are some tasks maybe that your company hasn't done before, and maybe you have an employee that kind of excels in that area and you get them to do it and you've never done it. I think that is okay. But in general, if you're going to ask your employee to do something, you should really have done it as well, or are willing to learn how to do it. Again, I can't stress enough that you're the example for your employees.
Yeah.
You know, your employees are going to take their tone from you.
Yeah. And again, employees leave, so you might as well know what to do.
That's right.
You better learn.
That's right.
You better learn what they're doing if they're excelling at that, right?
Exactly.
So you can train another person to do the exact same thing.
That's right.
Yeah. Once you have done the task, is it okay to delegate them in order to scale?
Yeah, absolutely. Once you've learned a task or you've done it yourself, then for sure it's okay to delegate it. And actually, I think it's important to delegate it. If you're the only one that knows how to do the task and something happens to you, that task is going to go undone.
Yeah.
People aren't going to just take it up just because you're not there. They're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know how to do it. So I think it's really important actually to delegate the different tasks. knowing that you still know how to do it. So if something happens to that employee that you've delegated it to, you can take it over again.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, if you don't delegate, you only have that much time for your business to grow. So it's all going to come back to you and your hours and your capacity. So if you don't delegate, chances are you're going to be the bottleneck of your own business. Yeah.
That's right.
Should you occasionally do things below your pay grade to set the tone?
Yeah, of course you should. And there's lots of people that think, oh, I'm the boss, I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Well, in actuality, you're the boss. You should be doing that.
Yeah.
If the garbage needs to be taken out and it's smelling up your place of business, take the garbage out. It's not that big of a deal, and your employees are going to see you doing that, and the next time one of them is going to take it out. Yeah. If my boss can do this, I can do it too.
Yeah. And discuss it with your employees, right? So if they've seen you doing it, then it's a little bit more embarrassing for them to not do it.
That's right.
So
exactly.
Yeah, and communicate it. You have to have your housekeeping rules at the end of the day. So
exactly. That's right.
I think it's important to do those kind of small things. Yeah,
that's right. And again, it goes back to that respect, right? I think your employees are going to respect you more if you're willing to do the jobs that nobody wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will anyone in your business work harder than you have?
Probably not. Again, we talked about work ethics, and there are occasionally you can find those gems that are willing to work almost as hard as you. They're willing to, they get the mission, they get the vision, and they're willing to help you grow your business. They're willing to give you their 100%. But I think you have to remember, this is your business.
Yeah.
You're the one that's going to work the hardest to make it succeed.
Yeah.
And so even though you have some employees that are going to work hard, they're not going to work harder than you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you eventually step back and be an owner instead of the CEO? Yeah,
I think eventually, to be an owner, you might, when you're a CEO, maybe it's not possible for you to take vacation time, or you can just take a day here or there, because you have to be there to keep your business running and making sure that everything is going the way it's supposed to go. Where once you have people in place that, that team that's going to be sort of the A team, and they're willing to take on the tasks that are going to keep your business running, eventually you can step back and be an owner. Meaning that you can maybe take those vacations that you wanted to take. You maybe don't have to be at the office as many hours as you normally are, because you have that team in place that can fill in for you when you're away. Yeah, and again, that comes back to delegation. If you've delegated these tasks before, you know already who knows who can do the stuff that you need to get done. That's right. Yeah, and you can trust those people because you've delegated to them before. Yeah. So if you step back and go on vacation, you can trust that your business will still run. Exactly. Right? Because you have those people. Yeah. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of employees who overvalues what they do for the company, and they probably won't see you doing, like, for example, your marketing initiatives and stuff like that. They don't care about that, right? Because they probably want to see you do the stuff that they're doing. Right. So I think it's very important that your mission is straight. You delegate the task to your team, and you can tell that the business can run smoothly without you, and it's not dependent on you being there. That's right. Yeah. Yep. So I think that's all the questions we have for today. I hope you guys find it informative. If you have any ideas on what you guys want us to talk about, please comment down below. Please click like and subscribe if you like our videos, and we'll see you guys next time on our next episode of Always Up to Date.